So regardless of what the doomsayers have been saying, Throne Liberty is not dying. However, NCSoft and Amazon have been making it extremely hard for PlayStation players to play on PlayStation servers by knocking back the matchmaking, and that is not by accident. They have apparently came out earlier this week and said this is by design. Now in the post that was shared originally by Throne Liberty Game Status, which is their official game status page on Twitter, and retweeted by the Throne Liberty page, it says we've seen some recent confusion related to matchmaking and leaderboards on the platform-specific servers, so we want to clarify intent. We are required to ensure players on platform-specific servers can only enter matchmaking with others on that same platform-specific server. In addition, in-game leaderboards are required to only display the players on their platform-specific servers. Please note that all PlayStation accounts are granted one PlayStation exclusive ticket to their inventory. Additional transfer tickets may be purchased through the in-game shop. The PlayStation transfer ticket will enable eligible players to transfer off or on to PlayStation-only servers. Transfers are subject to normal transfer restrictions and cooldowns. Now, about 7 weeks ago, this was not the case because we could matchmake into PvP with the crossplay server from the PlayStation-only servers, and matchmaking into PvE dungeon servers would be the same up until 4 weeks ago. And now we can't do either, which is making it very hard for PlayStation players to get these dungeons ran because these dungeons aren't popping as much as they would, especially when it comes to the random matchmaking, which the queues are taking longer and longer every day, to be honest, because people are up and leaving the PlayStation servers due to the fact that we just don't matchmake in with the crossplay servers anymore, and that makes our queues take long regardless. That coupled with the high prices on the PlayStation servers, and it's really just making to where the PlayStation servers are feeling like it's not a good place to be unless you just want to play with PlayStation players, and that's the case for most PlayStation players, is that they don't want to be on a PC crossplay server because the PC crossplay servers comes with different things that you don't want to have to deal with. Now, as of right now, we still have the inter-server matchmaking, which is after every Boomstone and Riftstone, but we don't know how long that's going to be there until they change that as well. And with there only being one PlayStation server per region, we don't have any other competition when it comes to a PlayStation server, so we will be losing inter-server matchmaking, which means the entire game at this point means nothing. The way they pitched this game is that it was going to be made for a global release, and yet it seems to only benefit the PC players for the most part. PlayStation players do not have wide access to the graphics that are available because when it comes down to the basic PlayStation 5, it cannot run on Epic without lagging like hell. And the PS5 Pro does so a little bit better, but it still just feels weird playing the game on Epic and still not seeing everyone that should be on the map. Now, the recent changes to matchmaking, it feels like this is all just one giant backpedaler they're taking steps at, and it's going to ruin the game for PlayStation players because the game is not meant to be a console player game. Maybe in 2 generations of console, this game will probably run well, but on the current generation and iteration of consoles, this game will not run well for the things that it is intended for, such as Siege and Arch bosses, which have a high community of players attending both of those events. Personally, I believe the game needs an entire revamp when it comes to a system and core mechanics for at least the console side, because the game is kind of unplayable at this point. We're not getting queues pop for 40 minutes when it comes to random dungeons, and the only incentive is to run random dungeons because of the extra drops you get from the chest at the end and the extra chance at getting, the plus reward. And if you're not doing that, then you're kind of just wasting your dungeon points. However, there is no incentive for running with your guild, and this is a guild-based game. This is an alliance-based game, so why are there no incentives for running dungeons with your guild? Even though it's probably too late for all of this to happen, NCSoft needs to break this game down when it comes to the console side at least, and make it be a guild versus guild type game instead of an alliance versus alliance type game. Make it to where each region has a castle that can be claimed by a guild, and the top 4 guilds in the ranking, or the top how many ever guilds in the ranking, can choose if they want to challenge whichever castle they want to, and only one castle per rotation. This would make them have to drop the alliance system completely, and either increase or decrease the number of people that could be in one guild. With a stark increase or decrease to the number of people in one guild, this could actually help the population for console servers. Even though there is only a PlayStation server, there's no Xbox only server. There's only a PlayStation only server, which is wild to me that this is the state of the game, because even as PlayStation players playing on a crossplay server, you cannot experience the entire game in its fullness as a PC player can. And that brings me back to why the matchmaking change is kind of ridiculous, because you're forcing us to use our transfer tickets to go to a crossplay server where we won't be able to fully experience the game as a PC player is able to. We won't be able to see all the characters on the screen when it comes to sieges or arch bosses, because the population on those servers are a lot higher than our server. And in truth, our consoles can barely handle the amount of people that are currently on our servers alone. I know this video is going to have a bunch of PC players hopping on here talking about, oh, well, why don't you just come over to the PC side and just get a PC and join the master race type stuff, but I don't care about that, to be honest. I just want a viable console game out of this game, and if it's not possible, then let us know it's not possible, and let us move on when it comes to the rest of the game, because there are other games out there that we could play that are much better when it comes to console. But as it stands right now, Throne of Liberty is not balanced well for console and crossplay. And I personally believe it was a lie for them to say that this game was developed for a global release. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments when it comes to Throne of Liberty. If you're on a PlayStation server, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you feel about everything that's going on right now, how you feel about the queue times on your server. If you are on the Pippin server, the West Coast, the Europe server, the Asian servers, let me know how you feel in the comments about the queue times and the way you think the game is going. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys forever in the future. It's going to be forever. Peace out.